Hi again, Susan McLaughlin from Past Life Adventures, bringing you question number 13 in my video series. This time it is, how can remembering a past life event heal a fear or phobia? Well, clients ask me this all the time. In fact, it's probably one of the most common things that I treat. I believe that of all the things that past life regression can help with, this is probably the most valuable. Fears can become apparent when you're really young and often without any reason that you can find from anything that's happened in this life. I figure there must be some basis to having a significant fear, so there must be a subconscious memory involved. But I know that many fears are common. Fear of heights, confined spaces, spiders, snakes, and things like that. And you might argue that as so many people suffer from these types of fears, they can't all be related to a past life experience. Perhaps it's just the natural human fight or flight response kicking in when they feel threatened. And I think that's true up to a point, but I can only comment on what I've seen. I've had clients who've suffered from claustrophobia, in other words, fear of confined spaces, and during a regression discovered they were buried alive, or I had one who'd been locked in a dark room as a punishment. By revisiting those scenarios, although not a pleasant memory, it did allow them to understand the root cause of their fear and realise that this was something from another time and it wasn't necessary to remain afraid, that those circumstances were not real this time. In fact, I have them understand that you tend to attract the things you fear into your life because you put focus onto it, and you probably know that your mind doesn't know what's good or bad for you, it just gives you what you give attention to. So many people have been able to let go of these fears and move on just by remembering what happened. Think of some of the more unusual fears. I knew someone who was afraid of an aeroplane crashing into the roof of her house. Where do you think a fear like that would have come from in this lifetime? It certainly hadn't happened to her or anyone else she knew as a child, and it was pre-9/11, although she really struggled with that event when it came along. But a couple of sessions in, she discovered that she'd been a victim of a plane being shot down during World War II and landing on her house. So after acknowledging that memory and realising the likelihood of having that happen again was remote, she healed from it and is a much more relaxed person today. Obviously, trying to establish a past life reason for a phobia can be a little traumatic and confronting. But I don't allow my clients to suffer the trauma of a past experience more than they need to. It is possible for me to separate them from the memory by having them watch it from a distance, just as if they were watching a movie. This is quite effective, and I've had great results with this technique. Through past life regression hypnosis, it is relatively easy to rid someone of a debilitating fear. So what about you? Do you have a particular fear or phobia you would like to eliminate? If so, why not come and see me? You can book through my website, susanmclaughlin.com. If you're liking my answers to my questions, you can like my Facebook page, Past Life Adventures, or subscribe to my YouTube channel, Susan McLaughlin. See you next time.